How's it going, guys? It's Adam, and we're back with the Screech. Today, we're here with my friend Chelsea.
Hello.
Who is a Nashville-based artist, and she's like leading the industry in cowboy pop, is what I like to call it. So she's just here to answer a few questions today, and we're gonna get to know her. So Chelsea, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, of course.
The Screech is so cool. I really like what you're doing with it.
Neat. Thank
yeah.
you.
No, seriously. And I like that cowboy pop.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Man.
People have been calling it country pop, and I'm like, it is not country pop. Like, it does not feel like country to me at all.
No, absolutely not. You're not talking about trucks and dirt roads and stuff. It's just it really is one of the coolest things I've heard. You have like such a unique approach on pop, which is why it's like every time you do something with, like Matt or Dave or something, you always come back with these like really cool guitar lines and everything. And me, it's just like a guitar. Someone's like, that's neat. I like that. And then you have your voice on top. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a bit. So how'd you get to Nashville? How you came from California? What brought you here?
Yeah, I kind of had always wanted to come to Nashville, and I remember when I was like a freshman in high school, I made a 5-year plan with how I wanted my life to go.
Yeah. And like move to Nashville was on it, and I kind of just forgot about that. And then I ended up getting into Belmont and coming here to Belmont, and then I found the 5-year plan, and when I was a freshman in high school, I was like, wow. Like I manifested this shit. Like I did. Oh, I don't know.
I know you.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know.
Because I have a radio show, and like when I speak on the radio, if you swear, they like charge you like 10 grand,
and so I can't. Yeah, so I'm like used to like trying to censor myself. Obviously, I'm really bad at it.
Jeez, man. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, I'll take 10 grand, sure. Yeah, give me 10 grand. Okay, so Cowboy, talk to me a little bit about that single.
Yeah, I wrote that I was in a really weird place. I had just gotten out of a really toxic relationship, and my songwriting teacher had like showed us this song that this woman wrote. I can't remember the name of the song, and I've been looking for it everywhere.
Yeah.
But the woman was like talking about like murdering this guy, and I was like, damn. That's what I need to do. I need to fucking murder this guy. Yeah. Like that's what I need to do. I need to at least like kill him in my head so that I could like move on. Yeah,
it's much better than going through the legal process of pleading not guilty. So yeah, because that's what you're saying. You're saying it's like a self-described like murder ballad, which I thought was fucking crazy. It's like there's like gent and death metal and just like these really heavy like fucking like murder rap groups, and then there's like Chelsea. Thank
you, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, so it's like I found a lot of the same meaning in those, but okay, so you came out with Cowboy, and then how did you, just because that was I guess your first venture into that kind of pop, like how did that kind of instrumentation and style come about?
Yeah, I think Matt really played a big role in that. Mm-hmm. At this time, like I was kind of just making like mainstream pop music, and I had planned a whole album to be like very pop.
Right.
But then this song was like the one song on the album that was kind of different and like cowboy pop.
Yeah.
And after Matt produced it, and then I brought it to my friend Aaron, who produced it, who like worked with Matt on it too. And after hearing the final product, I was like, damn, I want all my music to sound like this. Like,
yeah.
I really like it. And so I feel like because of Matt and Aaron, like I really figured out my style and like what I want my music to sound like. And Dave really helped a lot with that too. Cause I remember we were sitting in his studio and talking about just like which direction I wanted my music to go in. And he played, do you remember The Big Bang by Rock Mafia?
No,
it's
that sounds crazy.
It was like in every commercial in the 2000s. It was like it did really well in sync. It was like The Big Bang.
Yeah, every night my mom sang that to me. I know what you're talking about.
Really?
No.
I was gonna say that's a weird song to sing. But yeah, so he played that song, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to write, and this is what like I can write in my sleep. Like this is what I feel like is me. And so it was really because of Matt, Aaron, and Dave that I figured out what I want my sound to be like, and because of Cowboy. So
right. And this is Matt Parker Fox, who does OMG Parker Productions, and then David Audet, who runs his own studio, and then Aaron, what's his last
Aaron
name?
Hellum. He lives in San Francisco.
Neat. Okay, cool. All right, so then progressing from that, then you switch from Matt on this to Dave working on your next single, On Red. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I got introduced to Dave through my friend Jeff, who's also my co-host on the radio show, which is 96.7. And I don't know if I should shout that out here. It's Yoko Nashville. And Jeff introduced me to Dave, and we started doing some co-writes together. And then I was like, I wrote this song when Matt was actually on tour with you. Mm-hmm. And, I had never been alone for an extended period of time, and I was kind of scared. But then after this, I realized that I much prefer to be alone. Right. I really enjoy being. I think it's because I'm an introvert. I really like my alone time, and so I was just writing every day, and this guy had just ghosted me, and I was so hurt by it. And I didn't really like him at all, actually, but I couldn't stop thinking about him because he ghosted me, and I was like, why? What did I do? And so then I was like, I'm gonna write about him, but I don't want him to know it's about him because then I would sound fucking crazy.
Right. Okay.
And so I kind of made it about old guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I thought it would be funny.
Throw him right off the path. And then,
so
exactly. Chelsea really likes being alone. Next time we'll catch her self-isolated in the woods. That's where we're going to be moving this show. Okay, so...
Honestly, I would love to move to the woods, especially with the state of the world and, Neuralink. I feel like we're going to have to end up moving.
What's Neuralink?
Elon Musk's new, brain chip.
Oh, yeah.
I swear,
That's crazy.
I watched, the whole thing with how they, put it inside people, and I watched his experiments with pigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I swear the future is gonna be no one's gonna be able to buy groceries if you don't have Neuralink. You're not gonna be able to get on a plane. You're not gonna have a credit score. That's the direction we're headed in, and I'm gonna move to the woods and grow my own food.
All right, next week Elon Musk is coming on. No, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, crazy time in the world. So tell us, how you've been doing music through COVID and all this. Has it kind of staggered a lot of your creativity? Has it given you a lot of time to find a new breeding ground for different types of music? What's going on with you in COVID?
Yeah, I think COVID has actually been really great for me because it's allowed me this time to work on my music and to just write every day, especially when we were on lockdown. I got stuck with my family, and my family and I had really been struggling for the whole year before and not getting along, and we took the time to work through all of our problems, and now we're kind of in a better place than we've ever been. And I think because I'm in a good place with them, I'm in a good place mentally, and so I'm able to write.
Okay, yeah.
And so I think it was really helpful to have a pandemic.
Yeah.
But also
it's kind of like a reality check, and then also you can take whatever, negative and positive that's coming from that and put it and rework it in your music, because it really is a new perspective on everything, it's everything kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And especially in the music industry where it's so hard to keep up with, everything right now because all these live events are down. It's really all of these artists are kind of stuck to their own devices at home and having to take whatever inspiration they have access to at the moment, because you can't necessarily go out into a mall and be old man sitting at a fountain. You kind of just got to be my family is having problems.
Yeah. Well, and I feel also I've been writing a lot of response songs to other people's songs.
Oh, okay.
If they write the song about some girl who did whatever, who broke their heart, or who, I don't know. And then I'll pretend to be that girl.
Right.
And, I'll write it from the perspective of the person they wrote it about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's been really fun, actually, because then it feels like I'm having, a conversation with, a celebrity, but really they have no idea who I am.
I remember, just listening to, Kiss 108, the pop station back in Boston, just, sitting, on my mom's van, being yeah, I'm the guy. I'm the guy they're singing about. So... future plans, COVID's still happening. Who knows when it's going to let up? What do you have coming up?
Yeah, so I have a couple more singles that I'm planning to release, and we're gonna shoot some music videos for that actually this weekend, which is gonna be crazy. Yeah, we're going to LA, which will be fun. We're only gonna be there for like 2 days, so I'm gonna be exhausted, and and then I have like 3 tests next week, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But so we've got some singles coming out, and then I'm kind of planning an EP, an album. Not totally sure when that's gonna happen. Because I kind of like to release them as singles and like give them time for everyone to
kind of breathe and have their time in the spotlight for sure. Yeah, cool, man. Well, thank you so much for coming by my apartment. This is Adam on the Screech, and thank you so much, Chelsea, again for coming.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I really enjoyed this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your future endeavors with the Screech and with your band.
Me too.
I really fucking love your band, and I love your music.
Thank you so
much. Oh my God, it's so good.
All right. The Screech. All right, cool.